Perfect. That's all I was going to say. Here's the pause button. Instead of the stop button, you want to hit the pause button.
Still going. Okay, I'm with Kevin again. We're still at his warehouse, and we're looking at the 28-inch cupola on the last order that he received on Monday, the 19th. So, go ahead, Kevin.
All right, I want to show you first. This is the units we used to get. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this 28 cupola. It's pristine. I mean, it's pristine. It's super clean. No handprints, no fingerprints, no smudges, no dirt, no grease. They were always delivered perfectly clean. Looked like I had never touched a floor. We keep them off the floors. We keep this place spotless. We're always air blowing. We just power washed it. So we keep the floors very clean because when these things are delivered, we want the customer to be very happy. Because this piece of foam, including delivery and including some pieces to make the castable refractory that they're going to pour on here that require stainless steel fibers, and that whole thing is $7.99. So they just paid $800, as they say. They just paid $800 for a piece of foam. It's more than foam. There's a lot more to it than just a piece of foam. But they're getting this. They're very happy with it, and everything fits perfectly. The chimneys fit nicely in there. Actually, this is the chimney from the other unit. I apologize. The other chimneys that I have fit what I want on the chimneys. This is from the order we just got. The chimneys should fit firmly into place, just like that. It's going to stick out a little bit, which is good. The refractory is going to go right to that level right there, and then they'll know right where the chimney's at. But when the chimneys are made, you just got to twist them right in, nice and tight. They need to be exactly 6 1/8. The reason why is because when this is totally flat with concrete, they're going to take that chimney piece, bang it right out, and there's going to be a 6 1/8 inch hole. Parts fit a chimney piece. It's metal. 3 different pieces fit on that hole.
So the female hole needs to be a 6 1/8, and the male chimney needs to be a 6 1/8.
Correct. Exactly right.
Okay.
I mean, exactly 6 1/8. If it's less than 6 1/8, I've had to send somebody an angle grinder before because it was too small. It came in like a 5 7/8. Well, his parts didn't fit. And when you have 4 or 5 inches of concrete, poor guy had to dig all the way out, just to that, or just the top part. He had to dig out just so he could put his accessories on there. So it can't be any less than 6 1/8.
How much does the refractory cement cost that they use?
Yeah, that just when they spend $7.99 for the foam, then they have to spend another $1,300 on a material called castable refractory. It's not concrete. It's called castable refractory. It's a special type of refractory that can also withstand 3,000 degrees. If you just poured concrete on here and fired it up, it would shatter, just absolutely shatter. So refractory is not everywhere. You can't get it everywhere. You got to order it in, you ship it. You got pallet charges or freight charges. You've got residential delivery. It gets expensive. So when they're pouring the $1,300 refractory on there can't be any mistakes at all.
Okay, let's go over here and see what you received from us. How did the material that you received from us look?
The first thing that I noticed was how dirty they were. The first thing the customer sees is the back of the oven. When it comes out of the box, when they open the box, they're all excited, and then they see filth, just pure filth. I'm not a big fan of writing on here. I don't know what that was about. I'm not a big fan of writing. Before the units we got, they never had writing on them. This is not acceptable at all. That's just, I would have to spend my time. I'm only one person, and I'd have to spend my time scrubbing these things down, trying to get all this dirt and grime. This is one. I've got 4 more that are just unacceptably dirty. So they've got, I mean, it's like grease, or I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but it's filthy. So I would have to use my time and clean these things before the customer would get them.
Okay.
But what was the most heartbreaking part was when I saw the forms. This happened about 3 years ago, and we got it cleaned up. Josh got it all cleaned up. Never had any problems since. But we're right back to square one, where the forms, they came pre-glued, which I'm going to take care of the gluing from now on out, because it is so, when you glue the top onto the bottom, these things have to line up absolutely perfectly. Every single unit has overlap. On the other side, you have an underlap. So one side's got an overlap, one side's got an underlap. So these things have to be absolutely flawless. Now, the part that just broke my heart was when I saw this concoction. This foam. Now I've got 3 different layers. The customer's going to see this, and when he pours their concrete, that's permanent. These layers, that visual effect is permanent, and when they're showing it off to their friends, that's just an embarrassment. It's embarrassing to send it to a customer. I would never send this to a customer. Also, when you have that concrete poured onto this thing, every indention is permanent. That is the back of the oven. That's the first thing the customer sees when they're looking in from the front. Looking straight to the back, they get to see these nice indentions permanently in concrete. Got one here. Got one. Where's the other model at? There's another indention on another side too. But I've got a couple models with indentions in them where they got hit and slammed. Here's an indention. Chunks missing over here. I can't have chunks missing. Oh, there it is. It's on the other side of that model. So on this one where you have an indention here, I also have a big dent right here too. So again, it's just they got to be flawless.
Okay, so you need the foam to come in clean, cut square. You want the cupola ovens cut and just put in the block of foam and shipped to you.
Correct.
And you
No
were
glue.
okay. And what were you saying about the chimney? What about the chimney?
Well, it's got to. We covered the 6 1/8 part. It's got to be dead on 6 1/8. Can't be any gap. Currently, right now, I have on the pieces I was sent. The hole is 6 1/4. It needs to be 6 1/8, but it came in at 6 1/4, and that leaves. These came in at 6, which is too small. And that leaves a gap. I mean, it's got to fit tight in there. If you just pour concrete, this is foam. It's going to float right out. So it's got to be
both that
tight.
hole and that chimney, the female part and the male part need to be 6 1/8.
Exactly, and they gotta test it. You guys can just take it and just wiggle it right in. If it goes right in, we're golden. If it falls out or doesn't go in, there's something wrong. I actually had to sand these things one time because they were too big. I had to sand them all down. But no, it's just gotta fit firmly in place.
Okay.
And also handprints. I can't have handprints. A lot of these ovens, the manufacturer, the person who made them, left their fingerprints all over everything. So here, I got fingerprints all up in here, all across the bodies, right down here. I can see their exact fingerprints. We don't glue the foam chimneys in. The customer does, or we don't put them in. The customer does that. So when it comes delivered with fingerprints and just looking filthy, that's not acceptable. Not acceptable.
Okay. Okay, well, I will send this to Mike and our production team, and they'll take a look at this video, and if they have any questions, we'll get back to you. Thanks for your time today, Kevin. Appreciate it.